Namaste, I'm Shivani. Welcome one more time to my YouTube channel, Sanskrit Mantras. Today we're in Boston. It's a beautiful fall day in Boston, and I'm here with my awesome friend, Jill Jardine, co-priestess,
Namaste,
sisters in the soul.
It's sunny here in Boston.
It's sunny and beautiful.
I'm wearing
Boston.
Glasses to conceal my identity. No, because I can focus better on the task at hand.
Okay, great. So what we're gonna do is a little interview, because I keep telling you every time I post a planetary mantra why you should be getting your natal chart. And here is the person that is going to tell you why people need to get their natal chart done.
Well, I've been doing astrology charts since I was a youngster of 15, and it continues to amaze me how it's an amazing self-help tool. On the Hermetic temples, it was written, "Know thyself and know thy universe." In other words, as you know yourself, you will know and better understand the world around you. So astrology dates back thousands of years, and it has been used as a way to predict potentialities or outcomes. But in our 21st century, it is ideal as a self-help tool. And so there's so much that you can learn from your chart. I personally was trained as a psychotherapist, and I got a degree to legitimize what was more of an esoteric art at the time, that and reading tarot cards. But when I work with clients, it allows them to really understand certain psychological issues, complexes, challenges, blocks, issues that they can't seem to ever get beyond, that keep popping up in various ways. It's very helpful when you're looking in relationship with others, whether it's love relationship or family relationships or parental child relationships. It allows you to really understand where the other person is coming from and how they may trigger you, or how they are here in your life to perhaps teach or help you. So there's so many things that the astrological chart can tell us.
So how for instance, you see that from the position of the planets in one's chart?
Well, astrology is an art and science. The science is actually studying what the different placements mean. For instance, what does it mean to have a sun in Aquarius? What does it mean to have Venus in Gemini? So that's the cookbook. That's kind of where we used to study back in old school through books. Now, a lot of that information, well, all of it is actually on the internet, but back in the day we could only get that through books and, you know, older books and texts, and you study the cookbook of what all these placements mean in your own chart. And then the art is the using your intuition and kind of blending it together. So it would be like the ingredients are all the planetary placements and the houses and the signs, and then how you interpret it is sort of putting it all into together, the blender or baking it.
One thing is knowing what a sun in Aquarius means, but another thing is knowing what that means along with an ascendant in Leo.
Right.
And that's the difficult part.
So, and then what I've noticed, a lot of people do astrology and it's basically they're just reciting back what they learned from the book or on the internet. They're just basically, you know, memorized and are telling you back something you could read in a book. The real art of being an astrologer, which is something that I've done for over 35 years professionally, is using your own intuition to kind of fine-tune what does that mean for this person at their current level of soul development. That's the other reason you can get an astrology reading. You know, my clients say, how often should I come? It used to be come around your birthday. Now I'm like, whenever you need one, because your soul is growing, and where you are in October 2015, in December 2015, you may have already gone into another level of development on a transpersonal, a soul, transformational, personal level. So the reading you get 2 months hence even could be totally different. Or, as a lot of my clients see, there's these similar themes that keep coming back year after year. depending on the level of if it's been healed or not. So it is a very, astrology is a very, it's not a stagnant getting your chart done. If you go to the right kind of astrologer, you're gonna maybe get a different reading every time. There will be the themes, because your natal planets or your prarabdha karma in Sanskrit is going to be the same, but you can mitigate it through the beauty of mantra, chanting Sanskrit mantra with Shivani and myself, and wearing
was my first mantra teacher.
Wearing some of these beautiful gem malas that Shivani
Oh,
makes, and chanting along This is Lotus, and I'm wearing
Nirvana ice quartz.
Nirvana ice quartz and Rudraksha.
And I'm wearing,
chanting mantra japa to the planets or to the deities that oversee the planets will help to mitigate the karmas, as well as doing something like karma yoga, which is service, seva, giving to those less fortunate of your time, money, energy,
service,
service, seva, yoga, performing various yogas, which is right livelihood, studying the texts of spiritual saints and masters, and working honestly on self-improvement and self-psychology. I notice that a lot of people in the spiritual movements, new age movements, whatever you want to call it, alternate spirituality movements, don't really do a key piece in order to advance spiritually, and that is the psychological piece, because that will help to understand ego and help to dissolve ego more than let's say going to a kirtan. However, the beauty of mantra and the way that we were taught by our teacher Namadeva Acharya, Thomas Ashley Farrand, if you do this mantra japa practice as we teach it, you will be cutting away at ego and subconscious patterns. So it is a form of psychology, but my advice is to also pursue maybe Jungian psychology or transpersonal forms of psychology, so that you can understand yourself better, which is what astrology really is. And the way that I work with it, and the way that I teach it, and the way that I do readings, it's a transpersonal form of psychology, as well as a spiritual tool of understanding and self-evolution and transformation.
Okay.
Thank
Great.
you, Shivani.
Jildredine, Parashakti.
So let's chant.
Let's chant. So what do you want to chant? What would you like to offer as a chant, as a Vedic chant or a planetary chant?
Well, you know, in both forms of astrology, the Vedic system and the Western, I'm an astrologer of Western astrology for about 35 years and a student of Vedic. One of the main archetypes or planets that tends to challenge people or give them the most stress, let's say, is the planet Saturn. And we just had a Saturn Shani Puja, Pradosham Puja, here in Massachusetts yesterday on the event of the special Shani Day.
The Shani
Pradosham Day.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe we should chant to our friend Saturn.
Or
Saturn
maybe
tends to, Shiva, Shiva is the deity. As I was saying earlier, you can chant to the planets, or a lot of times, and a lot of Vedic astrologers that I've studied with would suggest maybe starting with the deity associated with the planet and then go into the planetary mantra. So in that mode, that's what we'll do. We'll chant to Shiva.
Which Shiva mantra you would like?
Triambakam.
Okay, let's do the Triambakam.
Oh wait, you did a thing on that the other day. How about Om Namah Shivaya? Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So because it's the same Mula mantra for Shiva that I've taught before, but it adds two of the seed sound. Om Shrim Klim. Shrim is the seed sound for abundance, and Klim is the seed sound for attraction.
Yes.
So you are actually summoning Shiva to come to your aid with Saturn. That's
right.
Great.
Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. So we're incorporating the seed sound for Lakshmi.
Yeah.
Shrim. Klim, which is the principle of attraction. And then Namah Shivaya, the salutation to Shiva, as you said, to attract Shiva.
Starting with Om. Okay, so we'll do 54?
Sure.
Let's do 54. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya.
Here we go.
Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya.
Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim Klim Namah Shivaya. Om Shrim KLIM Namah Shivaya.
We ended up chanting it 108 times because the energy felt so good
And
that I didn't want to stop.
I think your listeners are going to get the darshan from that chant, not from us, but
Darshan
from
is a blessing.
the
by the way.
lineage behind the mantras. And that's what makes a difference between receiving mantras just off of anything on YouTube as opposed to those as us two who have received the download of a lineage from a true guru, true teacher, Namadeva Acharya, Sadguru Sankeshava Das.
That's correct. Yeah, that's
So
right.
all of them, all the teachers of the mantra lineage are behind us and coming through the chants. And that's the blessing and that's the healing that is going out through the quantum field, through the ethers to all your listeners, Shivani.
Well, thank you so much, Priestess
My
Parashakti Jill Jardine. And I hope we will link the Jill's website on the description box of this video so you can go get an amazing reading with her.
Thank you, Shivani.
Anytime.
G.
Yeah. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Have a blessed day. TaTha-Stu.
TaTha-Stu.